the economy is getting worse. One of the things I notice when I go out and about and I'm doing things is I always look at the traffic. I always look at the traffic of a location. I compare and contrast that with the traffic that was happening during the pandemic. There was this one restaurant that I grew to really enjoy. It's by the name of Snooze. And literally during the pandemic, there was an hour to an hour and a half wait to get in this restaurant. I have tried for the last 6 months to go in there at various times. I have no problem getting in, none whatsoever. One of the things that's going to happen as the economy starts to slow, because one of the things that's happening is the Fed is keep raising interest rates. I have an understanding that the interest rates are going to be raised some more this year. And this is making it very expensive for businesses to get capital. It's making it really expensive. And then what happened when the $6 trillion that was added to the economy during the pandemic stopped being added to the economy? At the moment, Dodge has parking lots at their dealerships full of Hellcats, Scat Packs. Ford's dealership lots are full of F-150s. Seriously, virtually every car dealership is overloaded with inventory. Not Carvana, but another one of these online dealers has filed bankruptcy. And now we're starting to feel the real impact of the pandemic. This is not something new. And this is something I said, that all of this fixing it up, building it up, giving people money was one of the worst things to happen, because right now, it was the pandemic is the reason that the average family cannot afford to buy the average house. The average house is $420,000, and you need a combined income of $120,000 to even think about that. And with household income at $71,000, these people are $50,000 per year short of the money needed to buy an average, regular, normal house. This morning, I did some a little research, and I saw housing prices, they're starting to stack up. Houses are starting to stack up. I'm seeing price cut, price cut, price cut, price cut. But, so you had a house that was $300,000 in 2019. And the price of that house has swelled to $600,000 in 2023. And they cut the price from $600 to $575. You're $275,000 much higher than you would have been just 2-3 years ago. So even with the price cuts and the reductions, these prices are still very high. They're not going to crash. You're going to have corrections in some markets. You're going to have sell-offs in some markets, but you're not going to have what we had in 2008. It's not going to happen. But one of the things that will happen is, and I'm starting to see this, as things get worse and worse and worse, people are starting to make adjustments. I was watching this video the other day. I am homeless by choice. It's a truck driver, his wife, and their daughter. They practically live in their truck. And this is by choice. They didn't just fall off. They just said, hey, we're gonna live in this truck. And I would say, if I was a young man and I got into trucking, I would try to live in a truck for 3 to 4 years and save as much money as I could. So you're getting ready to see a lot of adaptations to this economy. Like this truck driver, his wife and daughter, we're homeless by choice. You're gonna see a lot of changes in this new economy. You're going to see a lot of different things, because we haven't even gotten, someone put out a list of companies that were laying off. The layoffs happening now will be nothing compared to the layoffs that are going to happen in 2024. Because what the Fed is trying to do is to force layoffs with these interest rates. And they're going to be successful, because in 2024, we're going to have a lot of layoffs. And I was watching some YouTube, and some people from this channel actually got laid off. And I actually said that. I said that in the video. I said there's people who feel that they're comfortable. There are people who are just doing what they're doing, and they're going to feel that they are not part of this economy, and they're going to get that call to go to human resources, and they're going to get laid off, and they're going to be completely shocked. Yes, some corporations made massive profits during the pandemic. Massive profits. But that is not happening right now. Going back to Target, a company that has been around as long, Target was formed probably, I have to Google it, I don't know. Because I've been going to Target 30 something years, and they've been around, and I think they were around in their force. Because years and years ago, I used to live in Cobb County, and I used to go to that Target that was on Cobb Parkway. And they've been open forever. And Target is a large company. They have a lot of things going on. And they're shutting down the store in New York because of theft. You're going to see a lot of moves like this. You're going to see stores that are going to make the practical decision, we're going to shut down, we're not going to stay open because they're robbing us blind. This is another thing you will see in the new economy. Crime and theft is bad, but it's not as bad as it's going to get. I'll do a completely whole video on that. One of the things that you have to understand with the new economy is going to require a different thought process to thrive. Now, once again, let me say this. There will be people who will thrive in this economy. There will be people who will get rich in this economy. There will be people who will make a lot of money in this economy because they're going to position themselves to be at the interest point of that money. Now, one of the things that's going to happen is people are going to actually have to sit down and get real about what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and how they're going to make this money. Because, one of the things that I consistently see, and this is something you saw with cars, during the pandemic, everyone was buying these cars and were paying dealer markup. Why? All right, so how did these people buy these cars and pay these dealer markups, which were anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 per car? Why? There was a lot of money in the system. That's $6 trillion. Enhanced unemployment, direct payments. This is one of the reasons that these people were able to go in and buy these cars. Now, with that $6 trillion taken out the economy, or I should say that $6 trillion was spent, they're not buying these cars because they don't have the money. And one of the things that's happening is banks are getting to be somewhat picky about who they will lend money to. Credit card denials have gone up. Car loan applications have gone up. Mortgage applications have really gotten hard. And one of the things that is happening is people are going to have to really start working on making more money. One of the things I'm going to do is some new training I'm coming up with the Mega Bank. But you want to have cash flow. You want to have cash flow in this economy because you never know when the bank's going to cut your credit or cut your cards off or stuff. You have no clue. And you want to have cash in the bank to be ready for that. Because as we go deeper and deeper in this, and like I said, we're just at the beginning. What I see happening is this is going to be a prolonged downturn, and it's going to impact the stock market. It's going to impact the economy. It's going to impact jobs. It's going to impact wages. And one of the things that you have to do, because I've noticed that, someone left this comment in the comment section talking about YouTube is recommending your videos to low-income people because I see these trashy commercials. Let me explain that. The reason that you're seeing these trashy commercials is I've changed the content on this channel. It has nothing to do with what YouTube is recommending. YouTube will recommend based upon the content you create. So I'm creating this economy content, which is pushing those type of ads. One of the things that I have learned from doing YouTube is people crave drama, attitude, and gossip. There was this the story, and I saw the story on 2 channels. It was really interesting. There was this one story of this woman who went on a date with a guy, and the guy pointedly said, hey, let's meet up for drinks. They go to this fancy restaurant, they're drinking, and this woman orders $181,000 worth of food. $181, not $181,000. And the guy actually realized that I'm not paying for this, so he went to the restroom and he disappeared. And I saw this story on 2 different channels. One channel, it got like 5,000 views. On the other channel, it got 200,000 views. Now, the one channel was somewhat philosophical and well-reasoned, and another channel was just straight up gossip, trash. And you know the gossip trash channel is the one with the 200,000 views. And one of the things that I'm seeing, and this is something that I said during the pandemic, be careful what you consume. And if you're consuming video with the 200,000 views, I guarantee you your finances are going to suffer because you're not paying attention to the economy. You're not paying attention because one of the things I was watching was the housing market is going to crash videos. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 channels that I peep, and this one guy, his name is Michael, and his videos is just him walking around the neighborhood talking about what's happening with housing. He actually left, he lives in Miami. He left Miami and he's been in California, I think, for a month, walking around doing these videos. And this man gets like almost 1.8 million views a month talking about the housing crash. And I begin to really think, it's like, why are so many people interested in content about the housing market crashing when in reality, the housing market is not crashing? And I begin to think, and this is one of the things I talked about a long time ago. Negative content rocks on YouTube. Negative content. Because one of the things that I really look at, and it's kind of bitten me in the butt, is by being honest and telling the truth. And what I'm understanding is people really don't care about the truth. They care about a narrative. If the narrative is true or not, it's not gonna work. Now, here's the thing. I could not immediately start going out making the housing market's gonna crash videos when I've been talking about the housing market's not gonna crash for years. That's not something that I can do. But there are other things I'm looking into doing, because in this new economy, it's going to require you to do things in a different manner. It's going to require you to approach things in a very different manner. I'm just sitting here because, I've made a lot of changes in my life. I made a lot of changes. You will not see me put any more receipts on the channel. Why? Crime. Right now in 2024, and I'm gonna do a complete video about this, the crime stats are going to be stupid. And crime is already escalating. Crime is the reason that Target is shutting down their store in New York. So crime, making yourself a target. I will never put where I live on the internet again. I did that because back in the day, I'm not a person that's about drama. I'm about that abundance lifestyle. But one of the things I begin to realize is there's a group of people, the demo people, who, for whatever reason, things don't go well in their life. And these people become what I consider passionate haters. And I'll tell you a little story. And this isn't about a demo person. This is something that happened a long, long time ago. I was selling products on eBay for a long, long time ago. And this guy won a product. And he was like, hey, I see you're in my neighborhood. I can just come by and pick it up. And I said, oh no, I'll just ship it. And the next day, there's a knock on my door. And guess who it is? It's the guy. Because eBay at that time gave him my address and he just showed up. Now, this guy wasn't a demo person. He wasn't nasty, but he just showed up. And I went ahead and got the item and he paid me cash. He left me positive feedback. But that's the power of the internet. The internet is super powerful in that regard. And one of the things I have learned is, and this is part of doing things in a different manner to protect yourself, doing things in a different way to set yourself up to be successful, is to actually take steps to protect yourself and your identity. Because as things get really, really crazy, you're going to have some episodes that are going to be ridiculous. These episodes are going to be straight up ridiculous of what's going to happen with people who are out here doing these things in the world, because crime is going to be stupid in 2024. And 2024 is going to be a remarkable year because it's an election year. And I'm going to say this. If the things that I talk about in these videos continue to happen and it continues to get worse, Joe Biden will not win the next presidency. He will not be. We may have Trump again as a president. I don't care if Trump is going through these lawsuits, and I don't care, because what'll happen is this is Trump. Trump is a master manipulator, and Trump will stall and push off and push off. And once he wins the presidency, guess what's going to happen with all these criminal investigations? They're going to stop because he's now the president. They're going to stop until he's out of office, and Trump is like 74, 76. I'm not sure. I know he's in his 70s. So he wins one more time. By the time he gets out of office, he'll be 80. Trump knows how to play this game. He's been playing this game his whole life. So we're going to see a lot of crazy stuff that is going to happen in 2024. And it's going to be, just get yourself ready for it. Just get yourself ready for it, because it is coming. It is coming like nothing you've ever seen before.